Hello friends, this is Jay Hendricks with Powerful Thought Online. Today as a fellow student with you, I wanted to talk with you about Revelation again, continue with the Revelation series, Chapter 5. In my last video, Chapter 4, Maya L. made a comment that I wanted to share. So when we study these Revelation chapters, you can get very esoteric and deep, and so this comment he made is interesting when studying Revelation. He says, an exercise question that I used to ask myself, which I personally think was very good for helping improve my understanding and direction of contemplation, is this. Then what? Then what after all these things pass, get done, are over, new chapters? What will a person do or be able to do? And why? Was it worth all of this? What does that person now have that was worth all of this? And what do they use it for? What kind of daily life would they live? Would they be extremely different than the average person? Or would they seem to be no different on the surface and only in certain situations become divinely different? And if so, why and in what way? Those questions are very deep and useful when considering these things. You always want to bring it back to practicality. As far as now, I won't answer those questions, but keep those questions in mind. Go back and listen to that comment if you need to. Keep those questions in mind when learning about these things, so that you can keep it practical and practice it in daily living. And what would life look like if we practice these things to conclusion? Anyway, so thank you, Maya L., for those comments. I'll continue with Chapter 5 and my analysis, esoteric analysis of Chapter 5. Thus far, John's authentic higher self, or the Christ within, has begun to manifest through the alignment of his chakras and the process of revelation. Verse 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. My analysis. The right hand is a symbol for all power, honor, and value. The right hand of John's authentic higher self now holds the record that is John's lower self in the palm of its hand. Another way to put this is that our bodies are literal records of our experience. So to continue, this means his authentic higher self has righteously dominated the lower self. The 7 seals of the book correspond to the 7 chakras of his body. What is a seal? Well, a seal is a device or substance that is used to join 2 things together so as not to prevent them from coming apart or to prevent anything passing between them. So if you take this definition and apply it to chakras, you can become more practical in your spirituality and realize that the atoms that make up your bodies are separate from you until they become aware and choose to be integrated into a perfect unified body with you as their righteous king or God immanent. The God within. God immanent. Okay, so I'll read that definition again and keep in mind a chakra. Okay? A device or substance that is used to join 2 things together so as to prevent them from coming apart or to prevent anything passing between them. It's a very interesting idea. The chakra system is a sealing mechanism between you and your body, an integrating mechanic, literally. Okay, now verse 2. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? My analysis, the strong angel is a messenger of God transcendent. So we talked about God immanent as the authentic higher self. The strong angel appears and is a messenger of God transcendent. So God immanent is the God within. God transcendent is the God without, the God outside of you. So I would say Eastern religions focus on God immanent, and Western religions mostly focus on God transcendent. And some people want to favor one over the other. Some want to worship God in heaven as an individual, but they deny their own divinity. And some want to only focus on their own divinity and deny that there is a God outside of them. But in this, it is unified. Both exist. So, I'll continue. If you take the word divine, and I've mentioned this in my other videos, if you take the word divine and break down the root words, div means separation, and ein means the nature of. So divine means the nature of separation. Therefore, God transcendent and God immanent is a divine example of how God transcendent and God immanent are separate until they are unified in a higher order or purpose. They are a paradox. You can resolve a paradox if you ask yourself, what is neither A nor B, yet includes both of them? This question forces you to raise your consciousness and integrate A and B. The answer to the question is the alphabet, which is a higher order than simply A and B. So the introduction of God transcendent, asking God immanent, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof, is a call to raise consciousness to an even higher principle, to integrate the authentic higher self with a higher order. This is the moment when John can cease to see his authentic self as an example and to actually become that higher self as a part of a whole. To continue on, another way to phrase God transcendence question is, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? Oh, I read that wrong. To continue on, another way to phrase God transcendence question, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof, could be, which atom is powerful enough to loose these chakras and integrate them? Okay? Now verse 3. And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. My analysis, none of John's atoms were able to house the higher self. None were worthy enough to become the higher self. None were prepared enough. Verse 4, and I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. John has sorrow and humility because he realizes he cannot achieve perfection for himself. He cannot achieve perfection for himself. Now verse 5. And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book, and to loose the 7 seals thereof. My analysis. One of John's elders from the hierarchy of his being says to him, weep not, for the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, or Jesus Christ, hath prevailed to open the book, and to loose the 7 seals thereof. Therefore Jesus Christ did something essential that loosened these seals or chakras for us. He did something essential. Now verse 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. My analysis. In the midst of the structure of his being, John sees an image of the Lamb as it had been slain, which represents the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. The Lamb represents innocence. The number 7 represents unity of the 4 beasts, the animal nature, with the triad of Godhood. 7. The 7 horns represent power, dignity, and dominion over the animal nature. The 7 eyes represent omniscience, intelligence, light, truth, and authenticity. These correspond to the 7 spirits of God, or the 7 rays of monadic energy, manifesting on the earth from God transcendent. All of this is a description of Jesus Christ. Therefore, God immanent within us and God transcendent outside of us are able to meet together and integrate because of whatever Jesus Christ accomplished. This is why he is called the great mediator. It's the only way, he's the only way that God transcendent could contact us. So, whatever he did is of utmost importance in all of eternity. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to progress. Now, verse 7. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. Whatever Jesus Christ did during his life, or in the Garden of Gethsemane or on the cross, it allowed us to be able to contact the one word Om. Therefore, when Christ takes the book out of the hand of John's higher self, this is John surrendering his mental, emotional, and physical body to the Om. I'll say that again. When Christ takes the book out of the hand of John's higher self, this is John surrendering his mental, emotional, and physical body to the Om. The Om is what we can contact now because of Jesus Christ, whatever he did. Technically speaking. It's as if he anchored an energy that we didn't have any access to. He anchored that energy down into our realm, so now that we can truly contact God transcendent. Verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. My analysis. When this exchange of control between you and the Om takes place, you have established a connection with Christ, or the soul, and your lower bodies will submit and relax to the Om. Gradually, they will have the choice to become innocent and free of corruption, so that they can integrate together in unity. Our relationship to the foundational principle Our relationship to the foundational principle of innocence determines the condition of our lower selves. Here are some sentences about innocence to consider. A perfect man is innocent because he willingly chooses to be free of all corruption. A perfect man is innocent because he willingly chooses to be free of all corruption. Second sentence. An infant is innocent because he has not realized he can choose. An infant is innocent because he has not realized he can choose. Third sentence. An imperfect man is not fully innocent because he willingly chooses to be free of some corruption. An imperfect man is not fully innocent because he willingly chooses to be free of some corruption. And the last sentence. An evil man is corrupt because he refuses to believe in innocence. An evil man is corrupt because he refuses to believe in innocence. And at the foundation of evil is that, the refusal to believe in innocence. That anyone can be innocent. That's where evil comes from. So, to continue with this verse, when the animal nature worships the Christ, or Om within, submits to it, they will play together in harmony and emit odors of incense, which come from burning or purging their imperfections with joy in alignment to God. Okay? Now verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book, and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood, out of every kindred, and tongue, and people, and nation. Jesus Christ, being a perfect man who was slain for the sins of the world, created a great paradox in the universe. As I stated before, resolving a paradox creates a launching pad to a higher order of consciousness. This means the animal nature in the body will gradually become aware of a higher order of consciousness as it submits to the Om and sings a new song. The chakras will become loosened and cleared as the Om vibrates through their blockages. This is the path of redemption that redeems the egos of all humanity. So resolving paradoxes, what is neither A nor B, yet includes both of them. What is neither this nor that, yet includes both of them. What is neither God immanent nor God transcendent, yet includes both of them. Okay? That's the key question to resolve paradoxes and to raise your consciousness to higher orders of purpose. Now, verse 10. And hast made us unto our God, kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. The process of redemption makes egos into kings, priests, and principles that reign over everything else on earth. As we manifest the Christ in us, as we align to these principles, they will cut through and reign over everything else on earth. Now verse 11. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts, and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands. My analysis. This is John's realization of God transcendent, and the infinitude of divine beings outside of him. This is the realization that he, in fact, is not alone. He is not the one God. He is not alone. Okay. Now verse 12. Saying with a loud voice, Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. All of these divine beings testify that Jesus Christ was worthy to become the source of all that is good and real. To be worthy means having or showing the qualities or abilities that merit recognition in a specified way. So the divine beings are saying that Christ is the only one that could accomplish this task alone. The divine beings are saying that Christ is the only one that could accomplish this task alone. In order for us to accomplish it, we needed what he did for us. Because he was the first to accomplish this task of perfection, he's the only one that was able to do it alone, completely alone. And we require his help, his grace. Now, verse 13, and every creature which is in heaven, and on the earth, and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. Our minds, emotions, and bodies can all worship and submit to the Om beyond the limits of time. And this will result in perfected bodies and kingdoms because of the eternal flow of righteousness that exists beyond time. So it's contacting this Om beyond time. You have to, in deep meditation, learn to transcend time and contact this Om. Then allow this Om to move itself through your mind, emotions, and body. And this stills and perfects and integrates every atom of your body. And this is what changes the universe around us, changes our perceptions of reality. Now verse 14, and the 4 beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever. My analysis, the animal nature and the hierarchy of being, or the feminine and the masculine aspects of us, unite and submit to the Christ. That's all for today. That's chapter 5. Please like and subscribe. I'm Jay Hendricks. This is Powerful Thought Online. Have a good day. Bye.